Yeah. So like right now, we just so
Right,
whatever.
Kuroko. That's
So
my
what,
book.
so what do you think about it? Like,
His main skill is passing, which is the fucking shit. But motherfucker needs to shoot.
all right. So
Motherfucker needs to shoot.
all right. So I agree that whereas he does need to shoot, I don't. Up to this point, like really, I never thought of him as actually having to need to go up to the basket and shoot. Like it was a layup, slam dunk, 3-point. It didn't matter for me. Because his main skill, like you said, was passing. And for me, as far as like his passing skills go, were amazing. And also, I gotta say that I like how, as a character, they really played, like, they gave him an attribute. Like, usually you have, like, a character that has, like, something going for them, right? Like, whether they're super smart, super whatever it may be. But for him, it was his weak presence, which they really, like, they worked that in there. Like, they're sticking with it, like, real nicely. That's one of the reasons, like if you said, like, if Kuroko's your bull, he's my favorite character too, yeah.
Okay. I think him is a okay character, but you want more from him because, like, yes, he's passing is just incredible and all that, but as soon as they're getting like more top, like how the videos are, they're facing more challenges, so they're gonna need more better skills. They're gonna need more from him. The only thing about this that's ruining, I think that's ruining anime, is that, yeah, it's true, he's the main character, Kuroko, but he's not putting up half the weight. Sometimes you want your main character to always be like the star of the show. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like Kagami, he's over here going one-on-one. They're showing more of like, when it's like, sure, they show Kuroko's story and all that stuff like that, but they show Kagami playing basketball basically like 24/7 because I guess they're trying to work him to be like one of the Genesis, whatever, the great people, whatever.
Yeah, the greatest Generation of Miracles, yeah.
So it kind of defeats the purpose that he's the main character. So I'm driving more that I want Kuroko, to shoot. I want him to grade better so he can, like, who knows, cross somebody up at least.
Yeah, he can drive. Let's get that. He can drive. He doesn't do layup because he instantly passes after that. But he doesn't need to shoot. Like, they're winning without him shooting. But yeah, for now, because we don't know what the captain has in store. The captain he knows Kuroko. He taught him it, from what we've just learned.
Mm-hmm.
So, as long as Kuroko continues to just pass, then I don't see them winning against the captain.
This is actually a pretty good discussion. I think, you know what? Review days. Alright, so this will be not an official episode because it's not an actual review, but we'll talk about it. So, my name is Chendo.
My name's Bones.
I'm Twizzy.
And today we'll just be doing a general anime discussion about the anime Kuroko no Basket. Just to give you a brief rundown of what it is. It's a sports anime about the titular character, Kuroko, who joins basketball team of Saren High School, and they enter into the different leagues. I think it's the Inter High, then it's the Winter Cup that they're in now. But the main premise of the story is Kuroko and this the ace of the team, Kagami, as they take on what was once Kuroko's old team, the Generation of Miracles, who were like incredibly amazing at basketball. But we're not gonna do a review. That's just a brief rundown to let you know what we're talking about. As we were saying, as far as characters, I can see why you would actually want Kuroko to pass. Like, as far as like his new skills that he had, like in season 2, like with his vanishing drive that he completed, and then he had I think it was called Vanishing Overflow. It's where he made his presence extremely known. Like, yeah, like that, like those two things, like they were pretty awesome. And what I actually kind of liked about it, though, I didn't, as far as like a basketball career, I don't actually see this going. Like, if he keeps using those things, because like they said, like he can only use like Vanishing Overflow. People learn and adapt, and he can only use it once in a game, and it loses its effectiveness for whoever's watching it. Like, so he could, like, that thing's got limited uses. Like, it's great. But I think that also started like kind of like a clock. Like, he needs to get better, because he was a specialist shooter, right? Just passing.
Yeah.
It's time to learn, and he actually did. From who's that?
Captain.
It was the captain of no, it wasn't the captain.
Wait.
It was the ace. Who was from the Generation of Miracles. His old friend.
Iomi?
Yeah,
Tiger.
Iomi. No, it was Iomi.
Wait. What's the difference between... Run it. Yeah, he can shoot now. From what we've seen, working with
Yeah.
he can 7 out of 10. That's good. That's good. Once you've seen him from the first season, where he's practicing alone,
he was ass.
Yeah, he was missing the shots. He was perfectly alone in nowhere.
Yeah.
Some random park.
Which, actually that was pretty funny. The first time I watched the interaction between Kuroko and Kagami, and when Kuroko challenged Kagami to a game of basketball, I was expecting him to be some sort of hidden pro. I thought his greatest downfall would be that he was short.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna get to him, but it turns out he just couldn't. Play.
His defense is good though. Because they don't know where he's at. He just hits the ball and on to the races where Kagami slams the ball.
Yeah.
Or whatever he does.
True. But now we get into the further anime that basically they moved up and they're playing more difficult players. That him and his presence of not being there is basically regular now, and they basically see him there. So it's soon he needs to get more greater because it's he's becoming a regular player now. True. He can shoot now, but how they're playing in the last episode is now they're going against a team with mad defense.
Yeah.
It was it's almost like they set up the great it's a traditional matchup between
great offense
the strong.
And great
it's
defense.
they have a metaphor for that crap. It's the strongest shield versus the strongest spear or something like that. It's the spear that can pierce anything. You have Saren, so like you said, they had so far what is perceived to be the greatest offense.
Yeah.
Whereas you have Yosen Hai being the greatest defense. And I'm just going to say it, but Yosen Hai's member who was part of the Generation of Miracles, what's his name, Murasaki or something like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is it.
Yeah, Murasaki or something like that. The way he slammed, if you watched episode 20 of it, the way he just slammed freaking Tiger's shot.
Yeah.
And he didn't even jump.
Yeah,
he just bam.
Wait, how tall did they say he was?
He was
I thought he said 8'1". I was like,
no,
it was 7. He's 7'1". Okay, something crazy.
Something crazy, yeah. He's freaking huge.
And these are in high school. This is in high school.
And plus, I think they also mentioned they like to stress the fact that he was Japanese, so that's abnormal for a Japanese person to be that high. But one of the things that this is actually one of the things that I found kind of funny was when they were playing in the inter-high tournament. It was, I think it could have been their first matchup, but they were up against a team that had gotten a guy who was from out of there, Big Papa. Was it not odd that he just happened to be black? He was. They're the first time you hear him,
you can tell.
You could tell. I don't even know if you guys ever watched. Did you guys ever watch Shield 21? It's a football. It's a football. It's 100 something. But just to be real quick, in there too, when the main character's team was playing, I guess one of the first matchups of the final tournament. I think they also had some sort of Winter Cup thing going on as well. But they fought against this one team, an American team, and one of their main bull was also a black guy.
Yeah,
his name was Panther, and it's just I don't know if they're playing on the stereotype that all black people are.
It's true.
As far as basketball and football go.
It's just how it is.
You don't see it. How often do you see a black guy playing baseball?
No.
Never. You'll never see it in an anime.
No. Yeah. No, and I think one of the biggest reasons is because baseball is a really popular sport in Japan. I'm not saying basketball and football aren't.
Yeah.
I'm not. But as far as basketball, basketball and football, they have that kind of they're not from Japan kind of feel to it. So they're of course they're gonna do here comes the American team. I like how Tiger was he grew up in America.
Yeah, and
so I was thinking this guy knows street ball.
As always.
As always, he knew street ball. I know his friend does.
Yes, that's so-called supposed to be one of the people that...
Yeah, he's as strong as them.
Who's as strong... Which was kind of...
out of here.
And the way he dissed Alex, their teacher, I was like, this fool's supposed to be... We didn't even see anything about him, and he's already
I really
he's top tier.
Give a fuck if he dissed his teacher. Just the fact that his teacher basically tried to say that he was on the level of the same as the Generouses.
But the more you see it, Kagami is too. So it's
but it's Kagami. You see
him go up, then go back down. It's not really. He stays at that point.
I know that's right. But the only thing that matters is he comes up when he needs to. when the team needs him, he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, he faced they beat basically the best opponent right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
There's nothing else that they're going to really play against except for the hidden captain ball.
Yeah, whose skills we haven't even seen
Yeah.
yet. But I'm guessing it's something to do with his eye. Because that thing changes colors. I know they're going to do something with the eye, bro. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if you could, like, see 10 plays ahead or whatever, but I'm betting you it's on that eye.
Yeah,
to pass.
How is he going to use that against him?
Well, the only thing about it, that they gave us a little hint that Ami said that the captain was the one who taught him, but the only thing about it, he didn't teach him how to shoot. He didn't make him progress more. Why did he do that? Maybe the captain was afraid of Kuroko by being better than him.
It could be.
Who knows?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good speculation.
So we have to wait and watch. If they make it there.
Which it won't happen till like
Yeah.
season 3, maybe.
Yeah,
if anything, no, because they still got to defeat them. They gotta play against the other 2 generation of miracles. Kisei, the blonde
They
hair
might
guy.
play against
Didn't
the blonde hair guy.
No, they first played against them in a practice match. They won. Then they played them again, and I forget if it was a draw. I don't think they lost. I'm not sure.
It was a draw, and then they just let them both go.
And that same thing happened with the green haired guy. Oh, what's the
Shooter.
The shooter, yeah, who can shoot from anywhere. I mean, come on, like that
was
guy.
kind of bullshit. Like Japanese people, be honest, ain't nobody shooting fucking no half court,
Full court.
full court. Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Don't bring it
The
up.
full court shot, and he never misses. I'm not gonna say like that makes the anime worse or anything.
Yeah,
I like that as a character. Like they were gonna do like something like where each one is specialized at something,
Yeah.
and they were gonna make him like ridiculously overpowered in it.
But it's crazy how they made the black guy, babyface or whatever his face. What was his name?
Big Daddy?
Big Daddy. They
Big
called him Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Big tall guy, and that's all he was good for. A big black tall guy. Like, come on now. That's a
Go for black.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know where Senegal is.
Yeah.
Which
But-
is where he's from.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is.
But some of the Japanese people that do the racial marks, how they do it, it's kind of funny, but you can't really stay mad at them. So it's like okay.
It's okay.
He's like, calm down a little bit, but still, it's like okay.
Which is actually usually always funny. If they ever mention like something that has to do with America, it'll always usually either be a black guy or be a white guy. But the way they make the white guy, it's always like they make him in a certain way. It's like when they're trying to show him, they don't look like everyone else. Even though everyone like in anime is usually like they white.
Yeah,
You want to say, oh, they're white, but they're Japanese.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like, what is with that?
So like I can understand that if you want to say it's like creative
basically
differences,
using
or if
how
it's like
you are.
you shouldn't be judging.
They
the
make white
media
people
on that,
really
but
white.
They make
They're
them-
really white.
They're yeah.
And how it kind of a little pissed me off how they say that when they're in the sun, basically all sports players when they're in the sun, you know how some of the girls go to white to black. Wait,
Like,
oh, when they
that
tan?
is that is
when
way
they
past the
tan.
tan.
They don't look. They go to like tan is when you go red. These motherfuckers are just brown. Like,
Actually,
are you trying to say that black people just really dark motherfuckers that just stay that shit and like
Yeah.
just in the sun 24/7?
Like, you never know.
Like, I really don't give a fuck. But what I really want to talk about, since we're talking about Japanese people, on how they love like basically making the characters like all white and shit like that. Like basically, how that idea is Prince of Tennis. Now that shit was funny. You want to know why it was funny?
What?
Because basically, the whole time you're playing Prince of Tennis, it's basically like the story about these whole bunch of kids. It's like basically, it's a kid, Prince of Tennis, he's good as shit. Then he have his higher up that's like 2 grades ahead of him. The only thing about it, these motherfuckers are small and tall as shit. The funny thing about it is, when the season's over, it talks about how his sensei, who are like taller than their grandpas and dads and all that, is like 7 foot and shit like that. But when they graduate, they go to high school.
I
These motherfuckers are like
yeah, that's-
7 feet going to high school. What?
yeah.
It's not just one.
Yeah.
It's the whole group.
Yeah.
It's like
Besides the main characters.
you're thinking
the
like,
small.
is the high school people taller than these motherfuckers? No, these
Yeah.
guys just had a growth spurt at like 6th grade or some shit like that. That they're just naturally that tall.
For me, I'm just gonna say like as far as like the animation goes, where they always make like the protagonist cocky. I don't know why they do that. Maybe they just like it. I don't have a problem with it.
Guess, like,
But
true.
the
little kids is
the
terrible.
thing is that life centers around school. So no matter how tall you could be, like it doesn't matter. Like you could be huge, but like the fact that like